We're still waiting. Let's get into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you're all having a good day, having a good week. All right. So let's get into it. So I wanted to quickly talk about the Shota Imanaga contract. So if you remember, I put out a short yesterday saying that the Chicago Cubs and Shota Imanaga, left-handed pitcher from Japan, reached the deal. Okay. So the deal is this. So John Morrissey of MLB.com reported that the deal will pay around $15 million annually over multiple seasons. And there's a two-year guarantee in the $30 million range. And then Jim Bowden and John Heyman, reported that the contract contains various team player options and escalators that could max out around $80 million. So some little detail with Shota Imanaga's contract. All right. So let's talk about some of the pitchers that the Yankees have been linked to, some of the pitchers that have been talked about that the Yankees could potentially trade for. Okay. So let's go down the list of names here. So we have Dylan Cease, Shane Bieber, Corbin Burns, Jesus Luzardo, Edward Cabrera. Okay. Dylan Cease has been the big name that's been talked about as of late. And he does come with 2 years of control. All right. He is coming off of a down year, and that's not saying that he's a bad pitcher. It's just it wasn't a great year for him this past season. And, it happens, right? But he's still a good pitcher. He pitches well. I'm not taking anything away from him. However, the White Sox are asking for a lot from the Yankees. And one of the names that they're asking for is Spencer Jones, who's number one prospect in the Yankees farm system. Now, if you ask me, I'm not giving him up. I'm not giving up Spencer Jones. There might be some other names I'm willing to give up, but Spencer Jones is one of those untouchables for me. Some people may not feel that way. Some people would welcome packaging Spencer Jones along with some of the other guys in a trade for Dylan Cease. Now, keep in mind, he does come with 2 years of control, and I understand the White Sox asking for a lot for Dylan Cease. They want a big return for it. I get it, and the advantage is somewhat in their favor, right? Because they know that teams like the Yankees, the Orioles, and some other teams are in need of pitching. So you can't blame them for trying to ask for the best of the best. Okay. The White Sox also did ask for Jackson Holliday from the Baltimore Orioles, who is a shortstop. All right. And that's the Orioles' top guy right there, one of their top guys. And Orioles said no. And keep in mind, the Orioles have a deeper farm system than the Yankees do. They have a better farm system than the Yankees do. But they're not willing to give up their top guy for a Dylan Cease. So can you blame the Yankees and Orioles for not wanting to give up their top guys? Absolutely not. Okay. Again, I don't think Dylan Cease is a bad pitcher. Yes, he does come with 2 years of control, but I don't think he's worth giving up a lot for. But that's what I think. All right. You tell me what you think. Okay. So next on the list is Shane Bieber. Okay. Shane Bieber, great pitcher. He pitches well. He gets guys out. But unfortunately, this past season he had right elbow inflammation. So there was a concern with his elbow. He comes with 1 year of control. Could it be worth for a team to trade for him for 1 year of control
For Shane Bieber, I would say yes. And again, in my opinion, I would say he might be worth looking into because he's not going to – I don't think he would necessarily be demanding a lot of players in a trade, right? I don't think I don't think the Guardians would ask for a lot. They'll ask for some names for sure, whether it be the Yankees or any other team that is interested in Shane Bieber. But I don't think you would have to give up as much as you would for a Dylan Cease. And let's not forget, comes with 1 year of control. Okay. Now, the next player we'll go on the list is going to be Corbin Burns, right? So out of these players that I mentioned, I would say Corbin Burns is the best. Okay. But he too comes with 1 year of control. And the Brewers would definitely ask for a lot in return for Corbin Burns, which rightfully so. Corbin Burns is a durable pitcher. He's lights out. If he could be a solid number one or a solid number two, depending on which team he plays for, right? But is it worth giving up, some of your top names for a 1 year of Corbin Burns? Maybe. It's a possibility. MLB Network put a trade proposal together saying they would put together Pereira, Peraza, Hampton for Corbin Burns for 1 year of Corbin Burns, right? So let's not forget. Is it worth it? Maybe. And Chase Hampton is one of those other guys to me who I said was untouchable. But that could be tempting. And let's be honest, I don't think the Brewers would even accept that type of proposal. They either they would ask for more players or they would ask for, different players. Those three that I just named, Pereira, Peraza, and Hampton would not be enough for Burns. And personally, I don't really want to give up Chase Hampton, but that proposal's tempting. And again, I like Corbin Burns, but he's going to be a free agent after this year anyway. So he says he's going to test the market. So I don't know if giving players up, some big names, right? And for Corbin Burns would be worth it. There might be some other names I would be willing to give up. But Chase Hampton, I'm a little hesitant on. Peraza and Pereira, I'll entertain it. Definitely Pereira for sure. Peraza, I'm on the fence. I think Peraza should start for the Yankees, but it seems like the Yankees are not valuing him, so he could be used as a trade piece. But that's my thought on Corbin Burns. He might be worth the trade, and he's the best name on this list. All right. And next up, you have Jesus Luzardo, Florida Marlins. He comes with 3 years of control. But the Marlins apparently were also asking for Spencer Jones, to which my answer is no. I would not give up Spencer Jones for any of these guys. Maybe for Corbin Burns, if he had another year of control, I might entertain it. But even then, I want to keep Spencer Jones. I think he's part of the future of this outfield. All right, and Luzardo also, he has a little bit of injury history, so that's a concern. And trading for Jesus Luzardo, you might face that risk that he gets hurt and he misses a bunch of games. Is it worth it? I don't know. I personally, I don't. I don't like having a team full of injury plagued players. I'm not a fan of it. He could be worth it for some teams. Again, as a Yankees fan, I personally wouldn't trade for him strictly because of the fact of his injury history. Okay. And then last but not least, you have Edward Cabrera, who also is a pitcher for the Florida Marlins, or excuse me, Miami Marlins. And he has 5 years of control. So he comes with the most controllable years out of everybody on this list. That's a name that's worth looking into, you know, and he probably wouldn't cost as much. I can't see any team having to give up, some big bats or big arms to trade for an Edward Cabrera, but he's definitely a name worth looking into. Still young, 5 years worth of control, pretty decent pitcher. Again, as a Yankees fan, I would welcome him to the team. All right. So plenty of names, right? We're looking at 5 names that we talked about. I ask you now, are these names worth giving up? Or would you trade for these guys? Are they worth giving up players? Would you trade for them? Or would you explore elsewhere? All right. I want you to tell me in the comments. Tell me if you agree, disagree. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. This is basically how I feel about it. But again, you all tell me what you think. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this out with anyone you know. I am 42 subscribers away from hitting 200. If you all could help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it. And for those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And if any other news comes out, I will definitely let you know. And I will see you all later.